Welcome back to the dojo, everybody. This is True Talk, True Motion, where a couple of guys talk about how to make the world a better place. Hopefully make your day a little bit better in the process. My name is Mark, followed by my co-host, Stephen.
It's snowing.
It is snowing. Let's stay warm and get things kicked off.
That's right.
So it is snowing here in Utah. Very lightly snowing now. It snowed, maybe 2 inches or something. Nothing too crazy. It's funny because I have a cousin that lives in Georgia in a city called Peachtrees near Atlanta.
Okay.
And they got an inch of snow and their whole state shut down.
Of course. Yeah.
And I'm just like, what? It's an inch. Like, it's
right.
Not much, people. Like, you can still drive in it, but nobody's got, well, I shouldn't say nobody. They have a lot of front wheel drive, and they never drive in snow, so they don't know how to stop. And yeah, they only had like one snow plow in the entire state.
Wow.
It's pretty crazy. Because, I mean, how often does it snow in Georgia?
Rarely, if at all.
Very rarely.
But, I'm not a meteorologist, so I'm just lying here.
Yeah, exactly. We had this talk earlier. It's like weathermen are just...
They're modern-day shamans.
Yeah, they're modern-day shamans.
They look at the signs, they throw the bones, and,
exactly.
It's going to snow tomorrow.
Yeah, we were joking and be like, we saw a goose flying south. That means it's going
Must
to get
be
cold.
Grandpa's complaining about his knee. It must be cold.
Honestly, I would trust Grandpa's knee more than I do the weather people.
Oh, wow.
For sure. Because anytime
pretty holistic there.
Yeah, it doesn't fail when the barometric pressure drops, dude. Like, my joints ache. They hurt. So,
have you tried considering a career being a meteorologist?
Maybe. I could probably be pretty good.
It's going to be cold outside.
My left knee feels a little tight. That means it's going to snow tomorrow.
Ooh, my foot's popping. That's 4 inches.
Yep, 4 inches, exactly. So, but to all your meteorologists out there, we're just having fun.
Learn to take a joke.
We know you don't really know what you're doing. It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Just like actors, how they're professional liars.
Yeah, they're professionals.
You're a professional maker-upper.
Maker-upper,
yeah, exactly. So, but how's your week been?
It was good. I was here a lot. I took care of things.
You've kind of held down the ship, and
I took my car to the car doctor. I really wish car insurance worked kind of like health insurance.
Yeah.
Where once you meet a certain deductible, they cover everything else. It's not just for accidents.
They do have something like that where you pay like a monthly fee, and it is like an insurance card, and they do cover car costs. But I don't know how much it is. I don't know if it's worth it.
I don't know if it's worth it. I pay a lot for insurance, but that is what it is. I don't think anybody pays anything like if you can get away with a very good insurance rate. Tell me what you're doing.
Yeah,
because I need to know, because I'm pretty good. Yeah, I've gotten into an accident or two, but I'm a good driver.
Yeah,
and I want to pay less for the opportunity to drive.
Yeah,
but this week I should say, I took my car to the car doctor and got it tuned up. Apparently, for Mazdas, the 90,000 mile tune-up is a big one.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like new fuel injectors, all your fluid systems clean.
Is that when they suggest you do a tune-up?
That's, yeah.
For Mazdas, at least?
I take it in every 5,000 miles. Okay. But, I have got that trip that I'm looking forward to next week.
Yeah, you're going out of town.
It's over Christmas. So I'm going to be out of town. Go to Ohio, which, if you're a Gen Z or Gen Alpha, that means you're dead. But enough of that talk. So
is that what it really means?
Yeah.
If you're Ohio,
yep,
you're dead.
Yep.
And I've never heard of that term.
I'm just making it up.
Okay, there you go.
That's what I assume.
Yeah, absolutely. Because who wants to go to Ohio?
Exactly. I don't know.
Well, just go there. To be dead.
I guess so. I don't know. Do you remember the cartoon Animaniacs?
Yeah.
So there was this one scene where they were in Hades, right?
Okay.
And it's like, everything is dark and dreary. Are we dead, or is this Ohio?
Ah,
I feel like that's still like
it still
a shadow of it is still now in Gen Z language.
It's funny, Animaniacs got a lot of stuff right.
They did. They
did a whole little bit where they went to the grocery store and they started reading the ingredients.
Yeah, they made a song about the ingredients.
They did, and it was actually pretty funny. So yeah. Shout out to the Animaniacs.
I don't know about the reboot. I know they had a reboot recently.
Oh, they did?
I like the old one better.
Yeah, the old one's way better.
Yeah.
The originals are
more
better.
edgy. The the new one's kind of like more in line with the media, but whatever.
Yeah, but we're not really complaining.
They did do a funny one about the NRA. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
In the new one.
Okay. Well, if you ever watch the Animaniacs, let us know what you think. So, I haven't seen the Animaniacs in years.
I know. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
But how was your week?
Song. It's been up and down, to be quite honest with you. It's been a real roller coaster. I've heard, unfortunately, a couple series of bad news.
Yeah.
And, one of them I'll elaborate on. One of them I won't, because it's none of my business. That's not my baggage to claim. But like I had got a phone call from my doctor, and they're postponing my surgery, so that was kind of a big letdown. But I mean, we talked earlier. It's like nobody wants to go have surgery.
We did, yeah.
But at the same time, it's like I was really looking forward to being able to use my left
quality
arm.
of life enhancements, because your first surgery, without going into too much detail, wasn't done the right way.
Yeah, it was kind of botched.
Yeah.
So, I mean, granted, not in terms of like deformity or nothing, but like
you're in the business where you kind of need your shoulder. To lift.
Yeah, they didn't do a very good job the first time,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm paying for it now. But literally, so that was kind of an emotional letdown for me. And then obviously the other news on top of that, just kind of like, oh my goodness.
It's like you said about Shanna a few weeks ago. It's like you must be on a path.
Yeah, I must be on the right path, because
level up
I'm
here.
like getting like smacked down left and right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
and
keep
then
persistent.
just eating some bad food the other day, and then all of a sudden you're just like, oh my goodness, this is no good.
Oh yeah.
So, but today's a new day.
Today's a new day.
It's a great day.
Yes.
I get to be here.
Mm-hmm.
We get to do the podcast.
That's always a good day.
Honestly, life is good.
That's right.
Life is good. It's snowing. Normally, I'm like, oh my God, it's snowing. This sucks. This is awful. But I'm like, you know what? Hey, we haven't really had any snow yet. It kind of makes it more holiday feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So I dig it. Like, let it snow, man.
I agree. That is
so. And it's not like crazy. I mean, I think it's stopped now, but
it's
we were
super light.
Yeah, we were
clear already.
Yeah,
so
we were talking earlier. It'll be all melted by tomorrow.
Yeah. Welcome to Utah.
So
nothing. Snow doesn't stick around unless you're in the mountains.
Unless you're in the mountains, absolutely. So, but yeah, no, it's been an interesting week.
Mm-hmm.
And next week's the last week of class.
That's right.
For the year. Then we go on Christmas break. We've got our holiday party. You're going out of town.
Mm-hmm.
And you're driving. That's why you got your car all fixed up.
New tires, new everything.
Man, that is what they say, 25 hours.
Yep, it's about a 25-hour drive from here to Ohio.
Ugh. The longest trip I've ever taken in a car was from Miami to Salt Lake.
Oh, wow, that's pretty long.
Yeah, my dad and I went down, and my grandpa gave my dad his old 85 Ford F-150 pickup truck.
Oh, wow.
So we flew down, picked it up, and drove it back. Well, he drove it back. I sat.
You get to sit, yeah.
And this was before the day and age of, like, cell phones.
Yeah, you don't need those.
Like, video games.
Right.
Like, portable consoles.
Yep.
I had to sit on a bench seat, so you can't recline. And I had to listen to all my dad's music, Three Dog Night, Bread, like all that soft rock stuff. Yeah. I'm just like, oh, are we there yet? So, yeah, it took us about 3 days. He said he could have made it shorter, but I kept wanting to stop. So I was like, whatever.
You can control the bathroom breaks.
I was in 4th grade.
Wow.
So it's like you expect a 4th grader to just sit in a bench seat car for 3 days and be okay. So, yeah.
Interesting.
It was a long, long trip. Probably my second longest trip when I was in 8th grade going into high school. We took a church trip down to Galeana, Mexico.
Okay.
And we built like kitchen cabinets for people and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That was like 2 or 3 days. So that was a long trip also.
Wow.
But it's all right. Everything worked out.
Yep.
So, yeah. But moving on.
Let's hear from our sponsor.
Yeah, a word from our sponsor.
True style into sensation. Gear up now before cold's domination. Feeling frosty, don't freeze in your stance. Slip on our sweaters, give winter no chance. Hoodies to supplements, cold's got no shot. Our merch keeps you moving, your karate hot. Stay sharp, stay cool, like a roundhouse kick. In true motion, gear you're warm and slick. Break ice, break boards, make an impression. Our holiday merch is your new obsession. True motion's got your back, so don't delay. Shop now online, sweep the chill away. Stay sharp, stay cool, like a roundhouse kick. Into motion, gear you're warm and slick. Chill moves, cool vibes, true motion's the way. Gear up for winter by today.
Thank you, sponsor. Continuing, moving on, we've got our good old top 5. This week's top 5 was brought to you by Stephen.
Oh,
so,
wow,
Stephen,
yeah.
so you can do the...
Okay, so this week's top 5 is an interesting one because it kind of explores what we all are thinking about, what we all wish for, but also like what we might just need based on how old we are.
Yeah.
So it's top 5 superpowers.
Okay.
So we've got any particular superpower has to be a specific thing you can do.
Yeah.
Ability or
Not top 5
you can't
superheroes.
just it's not superheroes because most superheroes are an amalgamation of 3 or 4 superpowers.
Yeah.
So go ahead,
Exactly.
sir.
All right. Well, I've got, in no particular order, like mind control / telepathic.
Whoa, mind control.
So, like,
Going
maybe
the
not
supervillain
necessarily
route.
controlling
Oh.
people's minds, but being able to know what they're thinking.
Okay.
So, which I think would be, I mean, you can
It's-
kind of say that that's probable because you can read people's body
can
language
read
and
people.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I actually want to hear what's in their head.
Mm,
So, then that will allow me to
it's a little spooky.
navigate. So,
Yep.
not to like control them, but to allow me to navigate certain things.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Interesting.
And obviously, super strength, that's a given. Healing factors.
Healing factor.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, you know,
Regeneration.
Wolverine and Deadpool.
Okay. Okay.
At first, I put flight, but then I crossed it out and I put teleportation.
Teleportation
So instead of flying, I'll just think about it and I'll go there. Just bam,
Whoa.
instantly.
Interesting.
know, so-
Interesting.
Like, you know, Nightcrawler, if you can think it.
But his is pretty short range teleportation.
Well, mine's like across the board. Like,
Good,
if I want to
good.
be like
I'm glad you specified.
Rome, like, I'm in Rome.
Right. Can
know,
you take anything with you when you teleport?
Yes.
What can you? What's the take with you? Can you? Is it like
Anything.
anything you're holding or
Yeah.
anything you're touching?
If I'm touching it,
so you
it
could
can
be
come
on
with
your
me.
touch your car. All your family's inside your car with
Yep.
the suitcase, and you're all there.
boom, there.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
I'm glad you thought this through.
Yeah. No, I was taking this seriously. It's
I'm
like-
glad.
Yeah. And then the last one, this one's an interesting one, but the ability of mimic.
Mimicry. Okay.
Yeah. So if I see somebody do it, I can do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah. And I can do it on like an expert level.
Amazing.
So it's like if I see it, then I'm an expert on it.
Wow.
That's with everything.
Okay.
Physical, like intellectual.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I may not be able to understand it, but I can like do it. Like if I see somebody do a complex math problem, I can redo it.
Oh, okay.
But I may not understand what I'm doing
I see.
If that makes
I see,
sense.
I see.
because you can't necessarily mimic intelligence. Well, you can mimic intelligence, but you
pretend to be
can't
smart,
mimic
but-
understanding.
Right.
It's like that's a personal thing. So,
That's
but if
right.
I see something, I can do it. I may not be able to explain to you why I can do it or what it's for. I just know I can do it.
Yes.
It's like if I see somebody rebuild an engine, well, I could rebuild an engine perfectly. I just don't know why pieces go where they go.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this is just where they go because that's just where they go.
That's right.
So
I like that. That's a solid list.
Yeah.
A couple of those were ones I didn't expect.
Yeah.
Especially the last one
yeah, I thought
and the first one.
yes,
Interesting. I don't know. I think the ability to read minds is great, and I think it's very powerful.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's like I'm worthy of it.
Yeah, because it can be. It's one of those things to where it's
easy.
like you put it in the wrong hands,
Yeah.
and like bad things can happen.
That's right.
It can be easily abused.
That's right.
So, like,
But-
did you ever watch the Netflix show Jessica Jones?
I did. Yeah.
The bad guy in the first one, the power of suggestion.
Power of suggestion.
I was all
Crazy.
like, well, that's lame. And then he started using it, and I was like, that's evil.
Yep.
Especially the way, obviously, he was using it. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's way worse than I thought it would be. Like when some guy came up to, he's like, stare at the wall till your eyes bleed. And I was like, and then he turned around and stared at the wall literally until his eyes bled.
Oh.
And it's just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Hey, great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, Uncle Ben.
All right, my list is interesting because
Okay.
I've got it sort of carted out into different aspects, right? So
Okay.
there's like obviously there's combat powers,
Yes.
there's utility powers, there's quality of life powers.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna go with the ability to super speed.
Okay.
Super speed is on there. That's across the board pretty good because you can be fast at doing things as well as fast as moving.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty good. Then flight, I think flight would be good. I like teleportation, but I think flight would be amazing for just
Yeah, seeing things.
seeing things. Because teleportation, you don't get the journey.
Nope.
You're just at the destination.
You skip the journey.
That's right.
Yeah.
I like the journey sometimes.
Yeah. Well, and also, if you think about it, if you have super speed, you don't need teleportation.
That's right.
'Cause,
Essentially,
like, what would be faster?
exactly.
If you're, like, got super speed, you could get there just as fast as they could think getting there.
That's right.
So,
Super speed plus flight. I think that'd be
yeah,
super speedy flight.
yeah, that'd
Maybe.
be a super speedy flight.
That's pretty good. But I like how I think you'd be able to take everything with you or on you. So it's like maybe I have to go by myself.
Yeah, well,
Oh well.
I'll see you when you guys get there.
I'll carry one person, but
Yeah.
your skin might fall off. Who knows?
Yeah.
Then I think super strength is another one. So that's 3.
Yeah.
Obviously, super strength being a guy. I
Yeah.
think that'd be
You
awesome.
you want to be strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with that comes the flexibility or like
Okay.
bonelessness, like what Dr. Fantastic had or Mr. Fantastic had from Fantastic Four.
Oh, the stretchy.
Yeah, being able to stretch a little bit.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That,
Like,
that's
hey, I need something.
yes.
It's like go
but
gadget arms.
But it's like strong too
Yeah.
and fast. So it's
Yeah. Oh yeah.
punch across the room or
Yeah.
kick across the room. That'd be
You
funny.
slap somebody and like, who hit me? It'd be
Who
like,
hit me?
It'd be like Chris Tucker in Rush Hour. Like, which one of y'all hit me? Yeah. Exactly.
Yep. And then I think for the last one, just man, that's tough. I want to do sort of a quality of life one, so maybe regeneration.
Yeah.
Regeneration's good.
The healing factors.
I'm getting older, and
Yeah.
I can feel things, and I like to heal. There's certain
'cause
things
we,
that-
we can naturally heal, but like I want it to be like you blink and it's healed.
Pretty much.
I'm
yeah.
impatient
like a moment,
that way.
Like
Yeah, I'm very impatient.
think
that
about
way.
healing. Yeah.
So yeah, I like when I watched Wolverine and Deadpool, or
Yep.
Deadpool and Wolverine, when they had that fight in the Honda,
Yep.
and they're just stabbing the hell out of each other, and you're just like, oh, that's so bad, but yet it's healed by the time they're done.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would definitely.
Yep.
Well, now, along with healing factors, are you talking about like regenerative, like with Deadpool, you cut off an arm and he grows a new arm, or just
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
Why not go all
Yeah.
the way? If you're gonna have a superpower, don't stop at like, oh, I
Yeah.
lost my arm.
Because here's the
Gone.
truth: like you never. Well, granted, Wolverine can't lose limbs because
Right.
of his adamantium
He's
skeleton.
too strong.
Yeah, because of the
bones,
metal,
the
the
metal-
bones,
metal
the metal bones. I was just about ready to say we don't see Wolverine losing limbs because he
Right.
can't.
Can't.
So, well,
Unless it's-
does he have like metal tendons?
Ooh, tough.
Like you could like get in between
Mhm.
those joints and technically not cut the bones, but cut between the bones.
No one's that accurate in movies.
This is true. I think we're just that makes makes it ridiculous.
We're looking too much. We're trying to put this into a science we can understand.
Exactly. We're
not supposed to understand this.
That's just too realistic. That's ridiculous.
Runner up for me would be like a dead shot accuracy.
Okay.
Being able to like throw anything or shoot anything and have
like
it
bullseye.
Hit its mark.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
It's a good carnival game superpower to have.
Or like Hawkeye.
Yeah. It's like I never miss.
Yeah.
Unless I want to.
18 holes, scored 18.
Yep.
Got bored.
Yep.
Yeah. That'd be a good one.
Yep.
I think another good one would be
What are some other ones? Some runners up.
Some runners up I think would be like permeation.
Permeation, what's that?
Where you can just like walk through things.
Oh, the ability to phase.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like have you ever seen My Hero Academia?
A little bit.
There's a character in there that calls it permeable. Where you can like drop through things and then come out other things. But his problem is
his clothes don't go with him.
Yeah, his clothes don't go with him unless he's wearing a special suit.
I get that.
So, yeah, you would have to be like, okay, well, maybe not. So, or like invisibility would probably be good.
Invisibility is cool.
Shape shifting.
You have to be careful. Shape shifting was a runner up.
Yeah, that'd be pretty neat because then you're like, oh, I got to go swimming. I'm gonna just turn into a fish, like Beast Boy.
Yep.
But you could do anything.
Yep. The ability to talk to machines, maybe.
Yeah.
Be able to say, well, hey, car, what's wrong? What do you need?
Yeah.
Hey, baby, what's going on?
Yeah. Then you could like postpone Skynet.
That's right.
Yeah. Be like, humans are good. Leave us alone. That's okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Ability to talk to animals, to control animals would be good.
Yeah, that'd be pretty neat. What else is there?
Got the laser eyes.
Like Cyclops.
Homelander.
Yep. Or Superman.
Superman, too.
Yeah. I'm like running through like the list of like superheroes and
control the weather.
Super agility would be cool.
You can call light. You can do it. Agility would be really good.
Yeah, kind of like Spider-Man and Daredevil. There you go. I was like, who am I talking about? Yeah. That'd be cool. Or just like in like having bulletproof skin like Luke Cage and the Hulk. So yeah, I kind of took the whole like mimic from like Taskmaster. Yeah, because he could mimic everybody's movements. But I took it a step further, not just fighting movements, but everything.
Yeah, that's great for teaching forms and learning forms. You're like, oh, I could do this.
Like, oh, I got it. Thanks. Saw it once. I'm expert.
Expert here.
Yeah, expert. So, but hey, let us know what your top 5 superpowers would be, and
let us know what we missed.
Yeah, or like what kind of superhero you'd create. So I think we made some pretty good superheroes.
Yep.
Yours was kind of very close to Superman, but minus the healing factor because he doesn't need healing factors.
He doesn't need to heal
because he's got super durability.
Yeah, he's durable.
Yeah, and if he needs to, he can just fly up towards the sun.
Yep.
Healed.
Recharged.
Done. Yeah. I wish it was that simple.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, just go outside for like 2 hours, be like, oh, look, sun. All right, I'm good. Yeah. Or the power of will, like Green Lantern.
Oh, yeah. That needs an artifact. That needs a tool.
Yeah.
Have to use a
I remember
lantern ring.
Watching an episode of, I think it was The Big Bang. They were talking about Green Lantern. They're like, oh, really? So I can defeat a guy with a number 2 pencil because they're susceptible to the color yellow.
Yeah.
And I was like, God, that was funny.
Yeah, that is pretty funny.
Because it's true. But all right, moving on to our next section. It is the Ask a Sensei. All right, this week's questions. Some of them are sort of holiday related. Some of them aren't. But first question is, what country do you think would be the best place to visit during winter?
Depends if you like winter or if you don't like winter.
Well, let's just
because
assume
half the world right now is very hot.
Yeah. So I would say let's assume. Well, I don't know. Either one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do both. Like, let's give a winter destination, and a non-winter destination.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's say non-winter destination, probably the South Pacific, Australia area.
Okay.
Nice and hot.
Yeah.
Lots of non-holiday friendly critters that are trying to get you.
Yeah.
Keep you on your toes.
This is true.
Yeah. And then for a winter place, probably the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good times.
Okay.
Plenty of snow. Obviously, we're kind of biased because there's mountains here and there's slopes and whatnot. I don't want to have Christmas on like a cornfield.
This is true. That'd be pretty.
If I were to celebrate Christmas, it's like I want it to be like nestled in a village where like all the postcards are.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
That's my that's my 2 because we're making this 2. What's yours?
Winter destination. It would probably be one of those like Nordic countries.
Oh,
like
we're going for
Finland,
Viking
Norway,
style.
Denmark.
Okay.
Maybe Iceland.
Oh, nice. Very good.
Something like that. Because I think that'd be pretty neat. Because
honestly, that's a good choice.
Sometimes you always like associate like winter with like, or at least I do sometimes with like Nordic lore and
that's
stuff
true.
like
It's
that.
true. It's where a lot of it comes from. Honestly,
Yeah,
that's a really good answer.
Germany would probably be pretty good too.
Oh yes.
So
Radical.
but yeah, because I think it's Denmark. I saw a video of
or Switzerland maybe.
Yeah, that would be pretty good too.
Yeah, Switzerland.
They did a video of a Krampus parade in one of those countries.
What?
It was wild looking. I was like, dude, that would scare everybody.
Scary.
So yeah, because they were pretty creepy.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, and there were kids there, and I was like, dude, no
scary.
way, no way.
Kind of scary, the lore that they have.
Yeah, so I just think it'd be fun to like go to one of those like Nordic countries where,
this is like the food's good.
Yeah, and they do have decent amount of snow, and it does look like one of those like postcard places.
That's
some
right.
Places,
That's
so
right.
Switzerland would probably be pretty good too.
Honestly, I'd probably change my answer to Switzerland.
Switzerland, yeah.
For the chocolate.
Yeah, chocolate. Yeah. Summer destination. I would probably say like the Caribbean.
The Caribbean.
We've gone through a couple of cruises there during the winter Christmas time, and it's gorgeous.
Of course it is.
Like, and I'm not gonna say which island because they're all great.
Right.
I would probably have to say, the Grand Caymans are really nice. Nassau is nice. Plus, then you could go on like then you could go on like pirate tours and stuff like that. Jamaica was just okay.
Oh,
it was all right, but it was very poor.
Oh yeah.
And I forget sometimes that some of these smaller countries are not quite as well off as the United States is. Because we were driving through some cities, and I'm just like, wow, like this is not what I like. Because you're always thinking like resorts. And
of course. That's
stuff like
that's
that.
what they market.
Exactly. So it's like you have this warp. I personally had a warped distortion of what all of Jamaica was like. Now, not all of Jamaica is poor. But like it is a poorer country, and you're just like thinking, how is that even possible? I mean, this is like a tropical paradise, but I mean, it is. So, you saw a lot of like starving animals, and like windows, like houses with no windows, no electricity, and you're just like, wow, like I am like, they're literally in a tropical paradise, and they're struggling.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, I need to thank my lucky blessings that I live in America. So, but it's a beautiful place to visit. But I would probably have to say, if I had to pick, because I haven't been to all the islands. Shanna's been to more of them than I have.
Oh wow.
But they're all great. The weather's nice. The water's warm.
Yep.
It's clear.
Oh.
So like again, I grew up in the Pacific Coast.
Where everything is murky.
Everything's murky and dirty and
Cold.
You can't really, very cold. You can't even see like the ground 3 feet into the water. Yeah, this place, like you can see like all the way down, and you're just like, holy smokes! Kind of like when you were in Greece.
Yep.
And you could see the sea life.
Yep.
And you're just like, damn, there's a lot of sea life here.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of sea life everywhere. Just the Pacific, you can't see it.
For better or for worse.
I know. I was going to say sometimes that's better, sometimes it's worse.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd probably have to say a Nordic country, and then somewhere in the Caribbean. So
nice.
But yeah, let us know where you guys would spend the best place to go for your holiday. If you're Shanna's definitely a warm weather person, so we would probably not go to a Nordic country. But even though it was interesting, a couple of years ago we were talking about, hey, where do we want to go for Christmas? She suggested like a cabin in Montana.
Whoa.
To like just stay in and like deal with the snow. Yeah. And I was like, well, I guess if you don't go anywhere and you're just kind of hanging out in a cabin,
you have your stuff.
A snow cabin would be awesome to go to.
Very, very beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. But moving on to the next question. This one's one we sort of answered last week, sort of just probably phrased differently. But it doesn't have to be the new year. It's like, what are you most looking forward to?
What most looking forward to?
Yeah.
Just like, well, since last week, I've planned a trip, and so I've got that to look forward to this year.
Yeah.
But next year, I'm looking forward to just the ability to keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Keep going. Obviously, we talked about big plans in my life.
Yeah.
Things that I'm working towards to see which doors will open for me.
Exactly.
And the ability to continue my different business ventures and like make the podcast bigger would be awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to doing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amongst other things.
I would agree. Like immediately looking forward to, I would just say spending more time with my family the next couple of weeks. I mean, I'm really looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause again, like I said, the incident that kind of shook me a little bit just kind of reminded me that, man, my family is very important. I'm very lucky to have the family that I have.
That's right.
And I never want to take that for granted. And so, every now and then you just realize you go through the motions of like, well, this is just how it's supposed to be. No, it's not always how it's supposed to be. You make it the way it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. So I'm really looking forward to, spending some time with the family and really just kind of hang out with them more. Forward wise, I agree with you. Like the big plans for, trying to get the podcast more up and running and going to a video format.
Yeah, it's happening soon.
Spoiler alert, we're looking to go have it be audio and video. So still working the kinks out with that because I am not the greatest tech person. So I guess you could say I'm old. And what is this future technology? These buttons
in the computer.
It's in the computer, and I start hitting it. So, like that's a Zoolander reference. If you don't know what I'm talking about,
reference.
Yeah, or when he shows them the model.
Yeah.
What is this? A reading center for ants? Yeah. Oh God, that movie's so. It's so stupid in so many good ways. I'm not an ambi-turner. You can't turn left.
Got the black lung pop.
I got the black lung pop. Yeah, so if you have not seen Zoolander and you like kind of stupid humor, it's a must-watch. That's a must-watch for sure. But yeah, I would dare say I agree with you in terms of like the big plans for the dojo, the podcast, continuing on working on my health for me.
Yep.
Because obviously with the surgery postponement, that's kind of like, oh, okay, well, when am I going to do it now? Mm-hmm. But it will happen eventually. I just have to trust the plan. So, but what are you guys most look forward to? Is it the immediate holiday? Is it putting 2024 behind you and being like, oh, okay, fresh start.
See ya never 2024.
Yeah. I mean, it was an interesting year.
It was interesting.
It was very interesting. It posed a lot of challenges. It had a lot of great moments. We're probably going to talk more about that next week.
Yeah.
In our final show of the year.
Of the year next week.
So we won't spend too much time talking about that.
We shouldn't spoil it.
No, that'll be for next week. This one's going to be an interesting one.
Third question.
It is, which celebrity would you choose to be your best friend?
Whoa. That's
an
interesting question.
Because I'm not real keen on celebrities right now.
Right.
But they do serve their purpose, like entertaining us, and I appreciate that.
Right. And with the best friend, it's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
You obviously they provide value, and you can.
Yep, and they
kind of
have to like align with your own personal beliefs and morals and stuff like that. I already know who I've got.
I've got a good idea. Of
who you got?
I think I'd want Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
That's right.
That would be a really good one.
Yeah.
That would be a really good one. I would definitely not say no to that. I got Chris Pratt.
That was one of my.
Yeah, Chris Pratt I think would be awesome to have as a best friend. Ryan Reynolds would too.
Yeah.
I really think he would. I think those two definitely for sure, Ryan Reynolds and Chris Pratt, and then I'd probably have to say like Hugh Jackman.
Oh wow, yeah.
I think he'd be a great person to have around because he's pretty level-headed. You don't really hear too much about him other than the stuff he's working on.
Yeah.
He's been married to the same woman for I think 20, 30 years now. I mean, they've been together forever. So like I always am like kind of in awe when you see relationships like that last, especially in Hollywood.
My number 2 would be Henry Cavill.
Yes.
Because he's a war gamer and
he's
so
your
cool.
resident nerd.
He's super cool.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill's super cool.
That would be definitely, yeah. In fact, we should probably do that as like a quick little top 5.
Top 5?
So
well, not this week, but
a little top 5.
Little top 5.
So I feel like I've already got my top 5. So, but yeah, no, I think Henry Cavill would be awesome to have as a best friend because you'd probably just game and stuff. Like you've known the famous story about the Superman call, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so for those of you guys that may not know, Henry Cavill played Superman.
Right.
And Zack Snyder, the director, called him, and he didn't answer his call because he was playing World of Warcraft, and he didn't want to stop. He actually called him like 2 or 3 times, and he didn't answer. And then I think they finally called his agent.
Oh, yeah.
And his agent's like, dude, pick up the phone. And he's like, wow, I'm playing World of Warcraft. He's like, pause the damn game and pick up the phone. And then he did, and then he was offered the role of Superman. So, interestingly enough, one of his first roles was in The Count of Monte Cristo. He played the son of Edmond Dantes.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and you look at him and you're like, damn, he looks the exact same, just slightly younger. He's got like the same chin and everything. So, yeah, but I like Chris Pratt. I like his morals. I like his acting. I think he's that rare breed of like,
good morals.
Yeah, like comedy and action. Okay, speaking of that, probably another one would be Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth, okay.
Because I think he's hilarious.
Yeah,
okay. I think he's really funny.
Really funny.
Yeah, I don't think it gets enough credit for his comedic ability, but that dude is funny. And he's Thor.
That's
right.
I
mean, you go anywhere and you're hanging out with Thor. So, and like you see him as a father, and you're like, he's a good dad. Like he's always doing stuff with his kids. They're always being active, and you're just like, society needs more male role models like those guys that are interactive with their kids, that love doing stuff with their kids, and just seem. Granted, I don't know any of these people, but they seem relatively humble and down to earth. I mean, I could be way wrong,
Of course.
But outwardly appearances would suggest that, right? So, but yeah, no, I think that'd be pretty cool. Man, if we had to pick an older celebrity, and who'd you want as an older celebrity?
An older
best
celebrity?
Friend? Yeah.
Oh, that's tough. I don't know.
I know.
I mean, all of them are kind of old, but...
Yeah, we're talking maybe like actual seniors.
Actual seniors?
Yeah, not just like 40s and 50s.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine?
Yeah.
The
Alfred from Batman.
Alfred from Batman. Yeah. I would probably say... Probably one of two people.
Okay, interesting.
I would probably either say Morgan Freeman. Cause
classic.
Then anytime we have a conversation, you're just like, just talk more.
Talk, please.
Exactly. Like,
tell me more.
Tell me more. Or, oh crap, I forgot his last name. Ian McClellan.
Okay.
The Gandalf.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce his last name?
McClellan or something.
McClellan, yeah. Magneto and Gandalf.
Yeah.
Because I think both of them have great voices. Mm-hmm. So you just could be like, hey, let's have a conversation. Just like, read me a story.
Read me a story.
Grandpa, can you read me a story? So I think that'd be cool to have like those two as like an older celebrity best friend.
Sure.
Yeah. It's interesting what you classify would be like a best friend would be.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, you're providing value too.
Somebody that you enjoy hanging out with.
Enjoy hanging out with them.
Yeah. But who would be your celebrity best friend? And let us know in the comments. And I think it'd be...
Oh, man, we forgot Chuck Norris.
Oh, well, yeah. He's everybody's best friend.
He's everybody's best friend.
So it's kind of like a given.
That's right.
Yeah. Because if he's not, then you have no best friends.
That's right.
So, yeah, Chuck
If you're
Norris.
around, that means Chuck Norris is watching, and he's your best friend.
Exactly. So, but let us know who your celebrity best friend is in the comments, and see if it's one of ours or someone that it's not. But moving on to our fight scene. All right, this week's fight scene is an interesting one because they're basically almost the same character.
What?
Just different universes.
Again?
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Yes and no. There are differences, but one was modeled after the other. So we've got Deadpool versus Deathstroke.
Ooh.
Slade Wilson versus Wade Wilson.
Unbelievable. That's uncanny.
Yeah. In fact, Deathstroke came first.
That's right.
And I think the guy that was working on him is that Ryan Linefield. I think that's how you pronounce his name.
Okay.
Rob Field or something. The guy that created Deadpool.
Okay.
And I think he was working on Deathstroke, and then he got laid off by DC, and he went and worked to Marvel, and he's like, well, I'm just going to give DC the finger and create
this. Just enough of a change so it's not an IP.
Exactly, because Deathstroke doesn't have healing factors.
Right, and he's also orange.
And he's orange. But I think he does have, like, that super soldier serum.
Right.
So, but he doesn't have healing factors. So, versus Deadpool, who doesn't have super strength, or is not a super soldier, but he has healing factors. Mm-hmm. So, all right, so we've got Deadpool versus Deathstroke. I don't even know what home field would be for these tees.
New York's now.
Yeah, I don't know. But let's say we've got Deadpool in whatever city he's from. I don't even know. Like, they don't even talk about what city he's in. We'll just say Toronto. That's where it was filmed.
He's Canadian.
Yeah, he's Canadian. Ryan Reynolds is Canadian.
I know.
So Deadpool versus Deathstroke in Toronto.
Okay.
Who you got?
Deadpool.
Deadpool because of the healing factors?
Yep. Because eventually he wins.
Yeah.
And he's got katanas, and Deathstroke is more of just a gun.
Well, Deathstroke does have a sword.
He has a sword?
He does have a sword, but he has one sword.
He has one sword versus two swords?
Yes.
Always need more swords to win.
So like I said, they're virtually identical in almost appearance.
What?
And like what they carry. So they both carry two handguns.
Two Desert Eagles?
Yeah. and one carries one sword while the other one carries two swords.
Oh, wow.
So, but I would probably tend to agree with you, especially since it's home field. He kind of knows where certain things are. And even if he does mess up, he just heals right away. So I'm giving it to Deadpool also.
Okay.
But now they're in, let's just say, Gotham City.
Okay.
Because obviously he's been there before. So we've got Deadpool versus Deathstroke in Gotham City.
Give it to Deathstroke.
Yeah, not because he like kills Deadpool, but like he just chops him up enough to make it to where he can't fight for a while.
That's right.
So I kind of agree. Obviously, he knows more of the ins and outs of Gotham City than Deadpool does. And Deadpool wander around the wrong dark alley and probably just chops his head off or something. So, yeah.
That sounds realistic.
It's interesting because I think they've had a storyline where the chopped up pieces of Deadpool become new Deadpools.
Oh, wow.
But they're like demented.
Oh, no.
So it's like Bizarro for Superman.
Yep.
So they have a army of like chopped up Deadpools that become full-size Deadpools, but they're like crazier. So it's pretty funny.
Wow.
Yeah. But all right, now we've taken away all their weapons.
Okay.
And it's just they're in the cage fighting each other.
So just the super soldier serum versus regenerative ability.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's tough. This one might go 10 rounds or more.
Absolutely, it's going to go a long time because I would ultimately give it to Deadpool for the fact that he heals so fast.
Right.
And eventually he's going to land a good strike on Deathstroke or something, but it's going to take a long time.
Okay.
Just for the fact that he is a super soldier and he does have pretty good healing powers.
Right.
But he's not.
He knows how to fight.
And he does know how to fight very, very well. So obviously so does Deadpool, but
right.
I think the healing factors are the determining factor.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not going to say that the super serum is going to help him get a victory?
Well, it will help him, but I don't think it'll ultimately
enough.
give him a victory.
It's not enough.
Yeah, since they're so similar. Now, if he was fighting somebody of a lesser quality, then I would probably give it to Deathstroke.
Okay.
But since they're basically on par, like combat-wise,
Is it the same?
They're basically the same character.
This.
One has super soldier, one has healing factors.
Okay.
And I just
I think that the defense is better than the offense here.
Yeah, because Deathstroke could get injured and not heal as fast.
That's right. Get incapacitated.
Exactly. So, like, he could blow out his knee.
Oh, yeah.
Like, with a strong leg kick or something.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden he can't really walk
Plus, if this was ever filmed, Deadpool would do something freaky, like use his own ribs and, like...
Yeah, stab him. Exactly.
That's kind of... Yeah. So, yeah, I get that now. Deadpool has the close combat.
I think I would give it to Deadpool, only on a very slight margin, though.
Very slight. Very slight. Long drawn-out match.
Yep, exactly. It probably lasts for a day.
Probably.
Just beating each other up. So, but I've got Deadpool 2-1, so...
Me too.
Let us know what you guys got, if we have the same outcome, or if you got Deathstroke taking it. So, if you're a DC fan, you're probably like Deathstroke all the way.
Deathstroke.
If you're a Marvel fan, you're like, Deadpool. If you don't care, you're like, I don't care. So, who knows? But who you got for your shout-out for the week?
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, man. Honestly, I'd probably shout out. This is good old corporate shout-out. Shout out the folks over at D. Dally Mazda.
Yeah.
Because they
took care of you.
They caught that my serpentine belt was starting to crack. And they're like, hey, this is it. And plus, I cross-threaded a bolt on a lug nut on one of my tires after my accident last year. So when I got new tires this week, it had to get broken off.
Oh.
And they replaced it very, very simply for me. It was
nice.
$100 cheaper than anywhere else. So
yeah, shout out to
good job, workers and everybody there. I appreciate you.
Good job, Mazda. Well, again, I'm going to shout out you for kind of holding down the ship and teaching adult classes and
Teaching classes all.
being really good at what you do. So,
Well, thank you.
all right. Now, this is a newer segment
Ooh,
that
it
we're going to
is.
just kind of add in from here on out. It's the joke of the week.
Joke of the week.
Or
That's
joke
right.
of the day. So this one's Christmas themed
Okay.
and is, what is an elf's favorite type of music?
What is an elf's favorite type of music?
It's rap.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. That's like, how would I not know that? But
Well,
it's true. Their favorite type of music is
is
rap.
rap.
Is rap.
Rapping.
But very nice. But moving on to final thoughts. Any final thoughts to leave the folks for the week?
The same that we've been saying for a while, I think, is it's important, especially up to this holiday season. I also had the opportunity this week to do some community
That's
service
right.
that
You
I
did
should
tell
have
me
probably
that.
talked about. 'Cause it
Yeah,
was-
earlier.
honestly, that's a better shout out. I like the people at Mazda, but Tiny Tim's Toys, they make little wooden cars, they put little faces on them, and they donate them to children in countries across the world.
There you go.
People who need some toys, and lots of kids go without.
How long are they doing this?
They do it all year.
Okay.
Like, this is not my first time helping them. It's my first time going to their factory, but you can just go up. Their factory is by the South Valley Airport,
Okay.
and you can book
Do you know what?
time
I
to
think
volunteer.
maybe once a month you and I go and let's spend a couple hours there making toys.
I think so.
Let's do that one. Let's make that a once a month type
I
thing.
agree.
To where we pick a day, maybe like a Wednesday or something
Mm-hmm.
in the morning. Go spend a couple hours there making toys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be one of the things that we do in
That's
2025.
Yeah, we need to
For sure.
we need to serve more.
Yeah.
And that's sort of my lesson. Is make an impact and serve more, because
Make an impact
For
through
really-
service. Yeah.
for me, I was painting little smiley faces on these cars. I was feeling so happy. I'm like,
Yeah.
why am I feeling this happy? I'm just doing these things. But
Oh my gosh.
in reality, it's like you're building something for someone else. And their quote on the front of their factory is, "If you want to be happy, do something for someone else."
It's really true.
Yeah.
It's so true. If anytime you're feeling down and you give yourself to someone else in terms of service,
Mhm.
you can't help not to be happy.
Mm.
It's crazy. That's where I'm like, I see a lot of memes where it's like teachers complaining about teaching.
Right.
And it's like, if you're a teacher and you're complaining about teaching, you need to do something else.
That's right.
Truthfully, does that mean that you're not going to have hard students and hard days? Of course not. Every job
place
and
has
career has
hard
hard days
days.
and hard work, hard people to deal
Yeah.
with.
hard asses.
Yeah, but if you're a teacher and you complain about teaching, you need to find something else to do. Like, you should revel at the opportunity to make a difference in someone's life. Now, granted, sometimes you just have those kids that are just very, very, very difficult to deal with. And sometimes it's difficult to deal with them.
That's true.
But ultimately, those are the ones that give you the most satisfaction. Okay? Everybody always thinks, oh, well, I'm going to teach the most gifted students. Yeah, sometimes that's boring.
Yeah.
Because it's like, dude, you're really good at everything. Like, just go do it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need my help. But yet, the ones that are like struggling with this or struggling with that or struggling with behavior, sometimes you just want to wring their neck and be like, would you just sit down and listen? But at the same time, it's like, everybody always probably treats them like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just saw a video of an older teacher. I don't know if she still teaches, but she's an elderly lady, and a student of hers that was a very hard student to deal with, a troublemaker. She never gave up on him, and he became a surgeon and performed her surgery that saved her life.
Wow.
So he wrote a letter to her, and she didn't know it was him. He wrote a letter to her saying that, like, you know, this, like, I was a student of yours. I was very difficult to deal with. And like halfway through, he told her his name, I mean, and he revealed to her that I became a surgeon and you saved my life. So now in turn, I was able to save your life.
Oh, wow.
And it was a very impactful
That
video.
sounds impactful.
And he was sitting right next to her, and she had no idea. Because obviously it was like 20 years ago.
Oh, yeah. They're all wearing masks in
Yeah,
the surgery room.
and he was wearing a mask while she was reading it.
Mm-hmm.
Then when she was getting towards the end, he pulled it down and tapped her on her shoulder, and she's like, "Oh!" And she knew him right away.
Yeah,
and it was like, man, that's what it means to be a teacher.
mm-hmm.
When you have somebody that is struggling, and you don't give up on them. Because like we have students that are a little bit more difficult to deal with than others. We all know that. We've talked about it. But yet, like we've said numerous times, it's like we can't get rid of him.
That's
like
right.
he needs to stay here,
Mm-hmm.
or they need to stay here, or
Mm-hmm.
she needs to stay here. Because if we give up on him, everybody else will.
That's right.
So when you're dealing with difficult people or things or kids, don't give up on them. Because if you do, everybody else will. Or everybody else has.
Mm-hmm.
So be that positive impact with them to where they feel wanted and valued. So go make an impact. Go make people feel valued. Help somebody out. And like we've talked about numerous times, continue this spirit of giving past December 25th.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it going all year long. And I'm not talking till December 31st either. I'm talking all the rest of next year long too. So, but go make an impact. Be a brighten someone's day. You never know how much that could literally save somebody's life.
Mm-hmm.
So, thanks for joining us, you guys. Make sure you like and share the show. Send it with as many people as possible. Because again, one of our big things is we want to try to grow this show to help more people.
Grow the show.
Yeah, we want to grow the show. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week, guys. Take care.
Next week. Bye, everyone.